That's like 3 provincial championships in one. And I'm sure, though, at the end of this long day of racing, all of these young riders are feeling Western challenged in their own way. "35 laps to go." So there's about 5 laps to go before we've got the There's about 5 laps to go before we've got our first sprint. So I had some fun trivia shared with me the other day. I don't think the Flying 200 record was broken, but the Flying 200 record has long been held here at the track by South African cyclist Bernard Esterhuizen, who put down a 10.579 in the Flying 200. I'm going to go and look later at the qualifying times for the 200 this year. See how we did. Bell lap. It's the Dio kid on the front. That would, of course, be my close personal teammate, Monty Rigby, and he will easily take 5 points here and extend his lead in the Omnium. Coming across the line, I think it's going to be Stagg for second, and probably, we'll call it Oscar Wong in third, and somebody else for fourth. I'll have the official results. It's Rigby, Stagg, Wong, and Miranda. So here's your updated points total. 121, Rigby. Stagg, 117. Miranda, 107. Wong, 106. And Moran at 100. 3 sprints left. Last one for double points. Taking a lap is worth 20. So, taking a mere 1 lap could take you from last to first in this field right now, more or less, with a rounding error. 27 laps left. And it's not so much Tranquillo as Masters Coffee Rido out there for the pace. Everybody looking at everybody else. You rarely see match sprint tactics deployed in a 5-up points race, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 26 laps to go. The riders all giving a wary watch. Nobody wants to be the first one to fly away until someone finally does. And the brave adventurer is, of course, Moran, 403. He's got the most to play for. He needs to change his fortunes. But alas, today will not be that day. Moran gives it a good pull, pulls up, and then just like that finds himself at the front again and goes for another attack. I like the spirit. Moran has a slight lead. Moran's got about half a bike length. 23 to go. This rate he's sort of having the dilemma of choosing between sprinting early or trying a late breakaway. And I think he's chosen neither. He's just sort of leading out the field. 22 to go, so they only got 400 meters to the next sprint as the pace lags, but nobody's quite willing to take the lead. And then it's 4-4. That is, of course, Alexandre Miranda of the Juventus Cycling Club. He's going to lead it out here to the bell. Rigby on his wheel. Rigby coming over. Rigby rips it up. Rigby with a gap. And for the points, it's going to be Rigby, Miranda, Moran. And I'll await the call, but I think it might be Wong for the 4th place position. Yep. I got a yup from the photo. So yes, it's Rigby, Miranda, Moran, and Wong in the previous sprint. Here is your current scoring tally. Rigby extends his lead, 126 points. Stagg, 117. Miranda, 110. Wong, 107. Morin, 102. There are now 2 sprints left, and they will be worth single and double points. So the next sprint that we see in 8 laps will be 5-3-2-1. The final sprint in the night, the finish of the race, will be double points, so it'll go 10, 6, 4, and 2 for the first 4. Any ties will be broken by finish order in the final sprint as well. And it looks like Wong is off the front, doing a little micro attack before he thinks better of it. Once again, some very cautious, controlled riding. When you see this kind of thing, I think that maybe Monty Rigby is having a very big effect on this race, because everybody's sort of watching Monty now. Monty's taken the first 2 sprints and he came in with a lead, so it's kind of like all Monty has to do is control this race, and if Rigby can control this race, can make sure nobody gets away for a free lap, then he doesn't really have much to worry about. He just has to do a few more sprints, place reasonably well, and call it a night. Take home a medal for being the Western Challenge Omniaminator. And away goes Rigby, deciding to see if he can seal the deal. Wong comes with. They've got slight gap, but not big gap. Get on it, boys. Away goes Rigby. He's still got Wong. The field's really close, but they're not close enough. 14 laps to go. And everybody calls it a night. But away goes a new attacker. It's number 401, Aaron Stagg from the Beachy Sport team. He's in second place right now in the points, so this could be a big deal. 13 laps left, so he's got 3 to go for the sprint. That's a real gap. He counterattacked in a very canny fashion and got the escape he wanted. 12 to go. Cheer on this young rider. Stagg is activating this race, and he's putting Rigby in the unpleasant position of having to work and chase. Foul lap. Rigby grits his teeth to get on with the business of chasing down Stagg. Stagg is there, but Rigby, he's coming. Rigby's coming. Rigby does not challenge for the sprint. It's going to be Stagg, then Rigby. Third place to Ben Morin. And I think a fourth place will be Oscar Wong in that sprint. And that means there's only 1 sprint left. So as soon as we get the math done, because math is hard, I will look at the updated results. So here's your scoring. Monty Rigby has a 7-point lead over Aaron Stagg. Stagg has a solid 12-point lead over Miranda in third. Wong is only 2 points back for third place, and Moran is only 4 points behind Wong. So Moran, Wong, and Miranda with some good sprinting are all still very much in play for third place. And meanwhile, this whole race could be turned topsy-turvy by a breakaway, and look at that. Ben Moran has decided to flip the script. He's going for a breakaway. Let's see if he can take a lap here and put himself on terms. If he takes a lap, he'll get 20 points for his trouble. And to give you an idea, that would vault him immediately into second place. Not bad for the work. 6 laps left. Can Wong do it? So that's Ben Moran. Cheer on this young rider as he bids for escape. Monty Rigby trying to control things, although Moran cannot catch him in the lead with a mere taking of a lap, so I'm not sure how motivated Rigby is here. The work falls to the riders in second, third, and fourth, who are all in danger of being overtaken. 4 to go. But Moran really wants to get the lap, because if he gets 10 points in this final sprint, that will put him up 10, but that's probably only good enough for third at best. And that depends on how the other riders finish. So he really wants to take this lap. But the other riders are not making it easy. Although we've got one rider in danger, it's Alexandra Miranda, who's in third place and hanging on for dear life because he's got to not get caught and not lose 20 points here. 2 to go. That's the clock that's ticking on all these riders. Everything to play for. You've got action all over. Can Miranda avoid being caught? Can Moran manage to catch? Will Rigby win it? Bell lap. Ted, of course, is still cheer on Ben Moran on the backstretch, but here comes Monty Rigby. Not content to do it on the point sheet. He's going to win the sprint, isn't he? And I think he does. It was close, though, folks. I'm going to have to wait for the photo.
That was like insanely fast.
The other riders, tapped out, just not sprinting really. They're basically irrelevant.
All right, well, I think we can fairly confidently say that Monty Rigby did enough to win that. The final tally is Rigby did take the final sprint, Ben Moran second in the final sprint, Stagg, then Wong, which leaves us with a final result of, in 5th place, Oscar Wong. Oh my goodness, folks. The final points are a 3-way tie for 3rd. Oh, and we've got a rider down, but he's popped right back up. Well, better on the cool-down lap than in the middle of the race. Anyways, folks, we have a 3-way tie for 3rd place, which will be settled by the count back. So, in 5th place, Alexandra Miranda on the tiebreaker. In 4th place, Oscar Wong on the tiebreaker. In 3rd place, Ben Moran only by a tiebreaker. And then it's Aaron Stagg with 126 points and Monty Rigby with the gold medal for the U17 Men's Omnium. Congratulations, one and all. We will now proceed to the U19 Men's Omnium. That's like a U17 Omnium, only 2 more. Hopefully it's not too much. So let's introduce you to the starters for the U19 Omnium final. Number 527 in the CyclingBC red with blue and yellow, Cam McCollum. Number 517, Campbell Parish, Red Truck Racing in the red and black kit. Number 531, Mark the Shadow Sato in the green and black of the Devos. Number 429, Rider 429, I think you're out of order. Check with the officials. Remy, I think you're supposed to be 3rd. Anyways, number 421 is Noah Rabuliak. Number 532 is Remy Garrison. So Rabuliak in the blue kit, Garrison in the blue and red Argyle. Number 505 is Lachlan Hotchkiss of the Capital City Cycling Club in the yellow, white, and black. On the coat, we start with number 527. I already introduced Cam McCollum, but we had to move him around. Right behind him is number 528 in the green of the Devo Cannondales, Manu Moore. Then 526 for Beachy Sport, coming straight out of Cochrane, Alberta, Caden Calling. Number 530 in the blue and yellow of the Aventus Cycling Club from Sherwood Park, Alberta, Nicholas Muir.
Loving these. These like flat, yeah.
So let's review as they get start instructions and go out on their neutral lap. Let's review the points tallies. From the previous 3 events, which I will remind you once again are scratch, the tempo, and the elimination. The riders have accumulated points as follows. Campbell Parish leads with 116 points. Cam McCollum, 108 points. Mark the Shadow Sato, 104. Manu Moore, 100. 98 points, and the riders are off. Noah Rubiliak has 84, Nicholas Muir 82, and Lachlan Hotchkiss 32 points. 50 laps in this points race, which means, of course, 5 sprints. Last one's worth double points. All the others are 5, 3, 2, and 1. 20 points if you take a lap. minus 20 if you lose a lap, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
And well, you should. We will remember your death.
Yeah, everybody's keeping a wary eye. Rubiliak up top, technically on the lead, but this is a pretty relaxed field. They're not so much drafting each other as, I don't know what you call that shape of formation.
Tea with honey. I can't handle anything else when I'm on the commentary. Depressants come after I'm off grid.
And we've got a group. Oh, and we've got an escape attempt. It's number 526. Action Johnny here would be, of course, Caden Calling from Beachy Sport, trying to change his fortunes, and he's being chased down. Being chased down like he stole these other riders' lunch money or something. Anyways, this highly motivated reaction has caught him back up pretty much. But look at the damage it's done behind. Hotchkiss adrift. The rest of the riders line astern in the "we are riding fast" formation. And now they relax a little bit. Everybody goes up above the sprinters lane, or sorry, the blue lane, the stayers line. Anyway, when you see riders riding high on the track in a group like that, it's a traditional thing that they'll do, and the reason they're doing it is if there's an attack out of that group, the attacker can swing their bike down and use the power of gravity, one of the least powerful forces, strangely, and yet powerful enough to activate an attack. Just like that, thank you for the demonstration by Campbell Parrish of attack from the banking 101, and he's away to the races. He's being chased. It looks like that's McCollum. So McCollum and Parrish are now quickly forming a two-up group, and the rest of the group is looking desperate. Hotchkiss stays clear as he gets lapped. And he'll lose 20 for that, but he'll be fine. Meanwhile, this attack is looking heart attack serious. So one of the Devos, I think that's Manu Moore, doing everything he can to bring it back, and he does, and everybody returns to tranquility, and even Lachlan Hotchkiss looks like getting back with this group if he pedals a bit. So once again, they've all gone up track, and that way, not only can you attack from up there, but if somebody does attack, you can also use the power of gravity to counterattack. You swing down and you accelerate as you drop down the track, thus allowing you the quickest route to the fastest speed. So you're essentially, every time you see these riders go up track, think of them as putting a little bit of extra momentum in the bank, or potential energy, if you will, and then they save it up until it all goes kinetic later. But right now, this race has a lot of potential, but not so much kinetic. We're going to have a sprint in about 7 laps, so everybody's kind of holding their powder dry here.
"36 laps. Did we already have a sprint?" Yeah. What happened to the first sprint? I was told there was supposed to be a sprint. Did I miss a sprint? No, we were just dealing with a really tight thing. Oh, fine.
So I got a little caught up in the action there. Turns out they finally got the photo finish for us. So the sprint result was Campbell Parrish, Cam McCollum, Manu Moore, and Noah Rubiliak. So that leaves your standings as it stands. Campbell Parrish, 121. Cam McCollum is 10 points in arrears. Mark Sato is at 104, 7 back of McCollum. Manu Moore is only 2 behind Mark Sato at 102. Remy Garrison is only 2 behind Moore at 100. Caden Calling is only 2 behind Remy Garrison at 98. And then it's 85 for Rubiliak, 82 for Mirror, and 12 for Lachlan Hotchkiss. But it's nice and tranquil with 2 to go to the next sprint. 32 laps. 32 laps and away we go. The sprint is engaged. The Beachy Sport rider is off. No, wait, that's the Juventus rider off to the races. Believe that will be Nicholas Muir. Number 530. He's going to lead it out, but Campbell Parrish coming right over the top. Like a Sylvester Stallone arm wrestling movie, and it's going to be Parrish, Sato. Believe that's Garrison. And then some other guy. I think that might have been Manu Moore in 4th. We'll check it soon.
Who cares? Someone.
And all the rest here on Gilligan's Island. That reference may be a little bit before your time.
Still thought it was funny.
I appreciate that.
The other guys. All right, so we've got one rider with a slight attack here after the debris of that sprint. BD number 5429, Noah Rabuliak trying to change his fortunes. Let's see if he can take a lap, folks. Cheer him on. Rabuliak could invert this race and put himself very high in the standings if he can take a lap here. And the field is well aware they are chasing. They are coming. Come on, Rabuliak! Noah is going for it. He's your race leader. The field is together and chasing. Got 2 riders off the back. That's Hotchkiss and Mirror suffering mightily. Mirror went for a mighty sprint there. But Rabuliak is now about, I would call that a quarter lap lead. So he's got his work cut out for him. He's got to keep his head down and his pedals turning. The chase is currently being led by Manu Moore. So he pulls up and makes Campbell Parrish do all the work. I believe that was McCollum cannily skipping a pace, a pole. And Rabuliak has already done some damage. He puts Hotchkiss down another lap, but he's starting to flag and he's starting to get reeled back as Remy Garrison leads the field back towards the wheel of Rabuliak. And it all ends in tears. Rabuliak is caught. But it is better to have tried and failed than to have never tried at all, or something like that. Anyway. Wheel Grupo Compacto. Hotchkiss pulls. And it looks like we've got Mirror adrift. He's in danger of going down. And it's the sprint. So yes, Mirror will go down a lap here. And at the line, it's going to be some kind of riders. It'll be Parrish. McCollum. Calling. And I think that might have been Moore in 4th place. So we will update you on the sprint tallies, and we have 2 to go. $19 to go. 19 big scary laps for these riders. We're just waiting for an update on the sprint tallies, and we got them. It was Parrish, McCallum, Calling, and Moore. So after 3 sprints, your scores: Campbell Parrish 131, 16 points behind him, 17 points behind him. Cam McCollum 114. 7 points back of that, Mark the Shadow Sato at 107. Manu Moore 103. Garrison 102. Calling 100. Rabuliak 85. And Muir is on 63 points. 16 laps left. And Campbell Parrish is starting to do some math. Because Campbell Parrish's calculus is very simple. There are 15 points left in the sprints. If nobody gets away and takes a lap, Parrish already has a decisive lead. He doesn't even need to take a point. He just needs to make sure nobody takes a lap on him. So that's what we call sitting pretty, ladies and gentlemen. That's Campbell Parrish. I will not blame him if he decides to ride a little bit defensively. And right now, what is he doing? He's sitting on Cam McCallum's wheel. Because really, what does he care about? He cares that Cam McCallum does not get a lap on him, because that is McCallum's only pathway to the gold medal tonight. And thus, we see the formation we are currently riding in, the rarely observed 8-man match sprint. Anyways, we'll get back to you as soon as this race gets fun again. 13 laps to go, 2 sprints, no waiting. Means we'll probably see some action in about a couple hundred meters as it starts to accelerate up. A lot of the minor placings are still very much to be decided. Bronze medal could go to any one of 4 or 5 riders. And they're going to get a bell for a sprint. And they get the bell for the sprint. And having heard the bell, they be sprinting. Over the top, it's Parrish. Surging past McCallum. And right there, it's calling. It's going to be Parrish calling McCallum, and I think that was the shadow, Mark Sato, or possibly Remy Garrison for 4th. Who can tell, really, but Parrish is just doing more and more damage. And away goes Moore, nicely counterattacked. Doing the strategic thing, or the tactical thing, if you will, kids. Kids, check this, how Manu Moore is counterattacking off the sprint, because after the sprint, everybody wants to recover, but not Manu Moore. He knows when everybody's tired, that's the perfect time to attack. And so attack he did. He's got a friend, but actually Moore has given it up. So now we've got an escape by Mirror, number 530 for the Juventus team. He is your Teta course, but when you're riding that high up the track, you've already given up. So we're going to be Gruppo Compacto in a moment more. And then it's going to be relaxed racing. 7 laps to go. So the riders who are going to be looking at each other very, very carefully are the ones looking at the bronze medals right now, because Mark the Shadow Sato at 108, Caden Calling 103, Manu Moore 103, and Remy Garrison at 102. 4 riders within 6 points. So winning the final sprint could vault any one of them into 3rd place, and the bronze medal, the last spot on the podium. I have read, at least at one time, that the bronze medalists are even happier than silver medalists, because the bronze medalists are just happy they made the podium, whereas the silver medalists are only thinking, I could have had gold. Something to think about. Something which your gold medalist tonight won't have to think about. And barring catastrophe, that gold medalist will likely be Campbell Parrish. Not to jinx it. Sorry, Campbell's mom. But Parrish has put on a tour de force. Parrish has won every sprint so far, so is he going to make it 5 for 5 tonight? It's almost the only mystery remaining. 3 laps to go. Parrish sitting pretty. The field is bunched up. Eventually someone's going to sprint, and eventually it's Mark Sato. Away he goes. I almost felt bad for announcing that because I felt like I was spoiling his surprise. But the field is coming. 2 to go. Sato leads him out, line of stern, but here comes Campbell Parrish making his move over the top. Campbell Parrish like a force of nature. Campbell takes the lead at the bow. Mark Sato tongue out like a young Michael Jordan, but can he find glory? Campbell Parrish is going to blow up his final sprint, win it easily, but Sato holds on for the second in the sprint and improves his position. Nicely sprinted, Mark Sato. Nobody could stop Campbell Parrish. It was like he was in an entirely different race. It was like he was using a different gear. I gotta watch out because we had lots of points on offer and they were all over the place. But I can tell you right now, your gold medalist, your Western Challenge Omnium champion for the U19 boys, Campbell Parrish. And with the minor placings now settled out, I can tell you Cam McCallum held on for the silver medal, and Mark the Shadow Sato is your bronze medalist. And I'll bet he's pretty happy about that. And kudos to the wide-angle podium. Remy Garrison 4th, Manu Moore in 5th, Caden Calling, Knowing Rabuliak, Nicholas Muir, and Lachlan Hotchkiss. We got more racing for you, ladies and gentlemen, so do not go anywhere, please. We have locked the doors. You can't escape. But why would you want to? Because we have the Masters AB Men's Points Race Omnium Final. Okay, maybe that's why. No, it's going to be fun, honest. These guys are fast. These guys are real fast.
Ryan's channeling his inner Jeremy story.
The spirit of Jeremy has come upon me. Do some co-commenting with me, or maybe some color, or maybe just tell people about bike racing and what the rants I'm doing.
Oh, I don't know. You're doing such a good job.
It's just practice. I see that it's only now, like after.
What I'll do is I'll get you to the color of the flying too. So what do you think he's doing with there? He's pedaling with me.
I'll criticize people's line choices.
Honestly, that is actually what you'd want commentary. I just
But I can say that I do. I have kind of nailed the line on this track. There's a lot of legit
and it matters a lot on this track. I bet there's some pretty irregular boards in places.
Actually, people cross the line. Like people who could know better cross the line on like at the rail.
It's a little high.
That is just a wave.
Where do you like to be at the finish line there?
Just above, just below the blue.
Warning, anybody who sits in this area, it's like the commentator's splash zone. I start interviewing you if the race gets started.
Okay. I'm a tired volunteer.
No, fair enough. Okay. I need to talk about this bike race. All right.
This is so cute.
It's a guy in the UK that prints these mugs, which have their extremely tasteless slogan on them.
Oh no, I love it. It's great. This part?
Yeah, that was actually what sold me on it. What?
This works.
It's a working carabiner. It's a pretty decent mug.
Hey, what happened with Formula 1?
Qualifying was 1-3 for the Ferraris and Verstappen in second. And Sainz and Verstappen's teammate in fourth, right? So Ferrari won for. Mercedes did okay, but not.
Leclerc?
Leclerc won. Yeah, Leclerc has the pole. Yeah, for
It's a
tomorrow.
very personal sort of event. There's only 4 left. There's not many people left in this event. I think.
Get out of battery.
It might be.
All right, we're having to go back to the B microphone. We resume this race already in progress. This is going to be a 49 lap, 50 lap points race for these Masters men. There will be a sprint every 10 laps. So let's update you on the situation. With 48 laps to go, entering this race after the 3 rounds of the Endurance Omnium, your leader with 118 points is the Professor Uli Meyer. In second place right now, resplendent in the pink and black kit from the Cyclemeisters, Willie Gonzalez, 114 points. In third place, rider number 533, also wearing the white kit. Whoa, my mistake, wearing the blue and black kit. Rider 533, Ludo Max for Beat Cycling, 100 points. And last but certainly not least, Mike McCorkle in the white kit. Number 542, he's on 52 points. So your top 3 are real close. Mike McCorkle kind of needs to take a lap or two. But Uli Meyer has a 4-point lead over Willie Gonzalez, and Ludo Max is right there with 14 points deficit to Gonzalez and 18 to Meyer. So there's less than 20 points, or as I like to put it, 1 lap between those top 3 riders. But I think they've all got the work cut out for them, because you know who can do math real good in his head? The Professor Uli Meyer. So I think he's planning on doing exactly the right amount of work to make sure that he wins the Masters AB Western Challenge Omnium. 43 to go, so first sprint is coming. Once again, these riders will have 5 sprints, 4 for the regular points, 5, 3, 2, 1 for the first 4, of which there are only 4. So everyone's a winner in a way, but in another more accurate way, the guy who gets the most points is the winner. Last sprint, the 5th sprint, will be for double points, 10, 6, 4, and 2. And with less than 20 points covering this top 3 right now, anyone could win it. Gonzalez leads out the bell lap. Meyer in second. McCorkle third and Max at the back. And at the line it's going to be Gonzalez adding to his points. Meyer managing the damage. McCorkle just happy to be here. And Ludo Max doing himself not much help with 1 point to the good. So, if we do a little bit of quick math in our head, Willie Gonzalez now on 119 points. Meyer on 121, so the deficit is down to 2 points. Gonzalez can almost taste it. But Meyer knows what must be done. And Ludo Max, he's going to do his own thing. Seven laps to go. Everybody's back together. Everybody's happy. No tears. Nice and easy. Folks, a reminder, we're going to have one more session tomorrow. You will want to be here. We will start bright and early at 9:15 with the Kieran racing. And it's going to be all Kieran's. No? Oh. Tomorrow I'm mistaken. There is a change of program. There will be team events to be announced. So look for that update to come. But I assure you there will be bike racing tomorrow. And so you should totally come out for that. .34 laps remain in the race we are watching. What I can tell you is the rest of our program here is going to be the U17 women's points race, the elite women's points race, the elite men's points race, and then we've got some leftover sprint finals to sort out, and then we'll have our medal ceremonies. 33 laps remaining. The riders are line astern, led out by Ludo Max. Meyer takes over. Gonzalez on his wheel. McCorkle right there. 32 to go. They'll be winding it up any second. Only 150 meters till it's 350 meters till it's sprinting time. Anyways, it's 200 meters now. 31 left. Meyer on the front. Gonzalez coming over the top. Can he do it? I'd say yes. That's going to be Gonzalez, Meyer, Max, McCorkle. And that means that Gonzalez has nibbled just a little bit more out of the lead. In fact, if my math is correct, Gonzalez has now put himself on exactly even terms. He will be at 124 points, which indeed he is. Uli Meyer, 124 points. And Ludo Max, 103. McCorkle, 55. So with 3 sprints remaining, folks, we have a tie for the gold medal. It's everything to play for. Cheer these riders on. They're doing incredibly well for men of their age. Many of them are probably already thinking of the hot cup of tea that they could really go for. They are racing well past their usual bedtimes just to entertain you. Cheer on these riders. McCorkle, Max, Gonzalez, and Meyer. Gonzalez on the front, 25 laps remaining, 5 to the next sprint. Gonzalez and Meyer. Meyer takes the lead. Are tied for the lead. There's 15 points of sprinting left. Anybody could take a lap and take 20. But right now there are no points between Gonzalez and Meyer. It is a straight up tie. .23 to go. They'll be winding it up for one more sprint any moment now. That's a mere 600 meters on this tiny track. Call it 500 as they pass the grandstands. Call it 400 as they get back to the start line. 22 to go. We're going to get a bell this time around as Meyer leads them past the backstretch. Cheer on these riders. They're doing a pretty good job. They're thinking about the sprint. They're thinking about the points. They're thinking about the gold medals. They may be thinking about their bedtimes. It's Meyer leading it out. Gonzalez coming over the top. The winner of this sprint will lead the race, and it's Meyer. And now he's given himself a little bit of a lead, but not much. It's 2 points. It's going to be 129 for Meyer and 127 for Gonzalez. 104 for Ludomax. Mike McCorkle sitting, hanging tight at 57. Remember, he beat everybody who didn't show up tonight, so there's that. 18 laps left. Two more sprints to go. So it's getting to the sharp end of this race. And there's still hardly anything to pick between Gonzalez and Meyer racing for the Western Challenge Omnium Gold Medal. This is like 3 provincial championships in one, because if you're a rider from Saskatchewan, Alberta, or British Columbia, you are surely here for this race. And frankly, there's an awful lot of riders from the state of Washington here. So this is like a 4-polity regional championship for the price of one. Can't count Manitoba. I'm pretty sure they just go to Milton. Whatever. We didn't like you anyways. Although we do have some riders from Quebec, and we welcome them today. Some fantastic racing out here. It's a truly international competition. 14 laps remaining. Gonzalez on the front. Meyer pulls through. Mike McCorkle takes over. And Ludomax adding some international flavor to our field. 13 left. We're going to sprint in 3. They'll see 12 to go as they come by the finish line. Meyer leads them out 400 meters to the sprint. Get ready. We're going to see some action. Meyer with the 2-point lead. Gonzalez right there, and it's Meyer and Gonzalez as they're going to take the bell. Gonzalez already looking to wind it up, and here he goes. Gonzalez jumps. Meyer right there. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Gonzalez is going to take this. Meyer's going to take second place. Folks, I hope you're paying attention. Next sprint wins. After 4 events, an entire day of Omnium racing, Willie Gonzalez and Uli Meyer are on a 132-point tie. Winner of the final sprint will win the gold medal. The runner-up will get silver. Oh my goodness. Basically, Meyer and Gonzalez are only racing each other. The gap between them and third place Ludomax is more than 20 points. So the only thing that could invert this race at this point is if someone was to take a lap, but with only 7 to go, this does not look like the field that is ready to do that. So unless Ludomax decides to change his fortunes dramatically in the next 7 laps, he's going to enjoy a well-earned bronze medal. But right now, Willie Gonzalez and Uli Meyer are your race, and there they are sitting at the back. It does not matter where they finish in this final sprint except where they finish relative to each other. If they finish 3rd and 4th, the guy in 3rd will be your winner. If they finish 1st and 2nd, well, I don't have to tell you what that means. Anyway you slice it, you're looking at Willie Gonzalez in the hot pink kit, and your leader right now on the road, and your tied leader in the points, Uli Meyer in the white kit with the silver patch on the back, pulling up. Le Professeur, we call him. Been trying to avoid it, but lacking a better nickname. We'll just call Willie Gonzalez Speedy. I'm pretty sure he's sick of that nickname, because how could he not be? Which allows me a moment to introduce you to my hierarchy of nicknames. The very best nicknames are for something you did, some sort of feat of daring do, often preceded by the word the. As in, the professional Edmonton Destroyer. Good nickname. The least cool nicknames are just based on your name. But never mind that, folks. We got a sprint. McCorkle leading it out. Meyer on his wheel. Gonzalez right there. Bell lap. Meyer on the front. Gonzalez trying to come around. It's Meyer and Gonzalez. Meyer and Gonzalez for the Western Charge. Gonzalez coming. Meyer still in the lead. Meyer at the line. It's Uli Meyer. Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 races, endless sprints, it came down to that. And it's going to be by a mere 4 points and 1 sprint. Uli Meyer is your Western Challenge champion, but a well-deserved round of applause for Willie Gonzalez. He took it right to the line. He got the hardest silver medal you will ever see. Cannot believe it. Ludomax, bronze medal. If I had told you, ladies and gentlemen, that you would be entertained by a Masters race, would you have believed me? And yet here we are. Next up, some other kind of racing. It's going to be the U17 women's points race. So get ready for even more fun, because we've gone from the past of bike racing to the future of bike racing. The points race, the Omnium final for these 6 riders. And away we go. Let's introduce you to our challengers tonight. Let's find out where I've got my live results. Welcome. At the top, on the railing, we have rider number 417 in the green, Sydney Swarenga. She has 116 points and is leading the competition. Right behind her, number 416, Geza Rogers, racing in the red kit of the CyclingBC team. She has 108 points. At the bottom of the track, we've got Kimberly Chen in the triple shot, red and blue. She's in 2nd place in the competition with 114 points. Right behind her, we have Catherine Williams, number 414, Juventus, 104 points. Rider 415, starting on the rail, was Juliette Versailles, 96 points. And last, but certainly not least, Ilorendo, triple shot cycling, Doug Collar Isla. Wait, which way is right now?
Isla.
It's Isla, Doug Collar Isla. My apologize to Ms. Rendell. We'll get it right sometime.
It's Isla. Well, I'm assuming if that's what we were saying was right. I've actually never heard her say it.
Pretty sure she said Isla.
No. All right, I think you're right. Swarenga leads us out, so let's look at the race order here. Swarenga has a mere 2 points over Kimberly Chen on the Triple Shot Cycling Club. So those two will be racing. They're going to do a 4x10 points race. 40 laps, sprints every 10 laps. Once again, everything to play for. The top 5 riders could easily win this all. Take a lap and you will change your fortunes. You've heard me say that many times. It remains true. We have 37 to go. The racers are all tranquilo once again.
You just gotta have both. Fucking both. But it's the same amount of sprints.
35 to go. Check, check. Oh, there we go. Anyways, it looks like we're back on my A microphone again.
I'm getting better at pulling.
Yeah,
Those are the old bad
probably.
No, I'm looking for some double A's if we've got them. Well, I'll use it until it dies. Just yell at me if I don't notice.
Okay, would there be any in the office?
Hans said that I've used them all up, so I believe him. How do you not have double A's left? I should have just brought some tonight. I should have
I
thought
know,
about
we
it.
literally just bought a whole Costco pack. We should have brought ours. Why did we not bring ours? We saw that it was having troubles last night.
Yeah, Hans thought it might be the switch too, but I think...
And we rejoin the race with the ball lap, and the sprint goes. It looks like that was Gaza Rogers taking it. Chen on her wheels, Swarenga in third. And I believe that was Catherine Williams taking 4th place. I'll confirm that for you in a moment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody has some AA batteries in the building, some fresh ones, we would be glad to purchase them from you because the microphone I'm using is dying and it needs a couple of AA's.
I can give you. Oh, you do have 3 AAA.
Triple A's would actually work.
I have.
I mean, it's not ideal, but if you have them, I'll steal them.
Sure.
Once this thing dies, I'll swap them. I'll try swapping for those.
27 laps remaining in this race. We are still Gruppo Compacto. Let's update you on the results. After one sprint, Swarenga continues to lead, but her lead has been shaved down to a mere single point. She has 118 points. Kimberly Chen, 117. Gaza Rogers, 113. Catherine Williams, 105. Juliette Versailles, 96. And
Messages in team pursuit.
Ilorendo,
Action button.
52. Ilorendo, 52 points.
If I catch you, I'll just say it again.
Swarenga leads the field, 25 laps to go. She's got a mere 2 points on the field now. Getting hectic.
Actually, do you have your USB? Speaking of batteries, I should try charging this while I got it here. Thanks. Just for myself.
24 to go. They're going to be sprinting in 4 little laps. They've still got 3 sprints remaining. The last one will be for double points. While these riders are watching each other and circulating, we'll remind you of what the remainder of our schedule is. We've got Coming up after this, the Elite Women points race final, Elite Men points race final, some sprints, and then our medal ceremonies. But a great day of racing. We'd like to thank all of the volunteers who make this possible, our whips, our organizers, our invaluable streaming team here in front of me who are making the video possible. I'd like to say hello to all the orphans and shut-ins who are watching us through the magic of internet streaming. As we bring you to a battle lap, Swarenga leads it out.
Do you know if we're giving out action medals tonight, or is it like last time? I know, I saw action medals last night.
Swarenga to the front line, and she takes the points. Roger second, Chen third, Williams fourth. Yep. And so let's give you some updated standings. Swarenga has extended her slight lead. She's now at 123 points. Chen 119. Rogers 116, Williams 106, Versailles 96, Rendell 52. And we are almost Grupo Compacto. Looks like Versailles is in a bit of difficulty and Rendell is DNF, so we're down to a field of 5. And it looks like after falling off the pace a bit, Versailles is going to be able to rejoin the group. There are 17 laps left. 2 sprints remaining. Lots of time, lots of trouble. Where do we go? So right now, if you're Kimberly Chen, you're thinking, what do I have to do to have a ferry ride home with a gold medal to my name? And the answer is make up 4 points in 2 sprints. There's a couple ways to do that. Kimberly Chen could go off the front, take 20 for a lap. It's a brave move, it's a bold move, but if it pays off big time. 20 points would almost certainly give her the victory. She can also make up 4 points in 2 sprints. Easier said than done, because the spread of points is what you have to think about. It goes 5-3-2-1 for the regular sprint and 10-6-4-2 for the double point sprint. So basically she has to beat Swarenga in both of the final 2 sprints, or beat her by a couple places in one of those sprints. 13 laps left. They're going to be sprinting in 3. They're going to get a bell in 2. Chen not waiting around for such mundane signals of sprinting time. She's making her own sprint with 12 laps to go. Rogers gamely follows her. Gaza Rogers trying to close the gap. Swarenga, I won't say caught napping, but probably did not intend to be a distant third. Ball! And Swarenga's got to be frustrated. She's got to make up some time here. Because Chen just did exactly what she needed to do. She got off the front. She's going to cruise to an easy 5 points, and better for her. With Gaza Rogers taking second, that puts Swarenga in third. And we are going to have a real inversion of our standings here. Let's look at the update as they now are seeing 9 laps on the lap board as they come around. And we will update you and these riders. After 3 sprints, after 3 and a bit races, 125 points for Sydney Swarenga, Kimberly Chen 124, Gaza Rogers 119, Catherine Williams 107, Juliet Versailles 96. So ladies and gentlemen, let me lay it out for you. Between Chen and Swarenga, it's real simple. Whoever finishes best in the final sprint wins the Western Challenge U17 Women's Omnium. That's it. Chen and Swarenga have got to be looking at each other and only each other, because because this is next sprint wins. Wherever those two riders finish, the one who finishes ahead wins the Western Challenge. Meanwhile, third place is not out of reach. Gaza Rogers has got to be looking and thinking, what about me? 119 points, only 6 away from Swarenga. That means if Swarenga and Chen decide to race each other and let Gaza Rogers have the full 10 points for the final sprint, could be trouble. So I got to take a little bit of the back. Swarenga and Chen can't ignore Rogers. She's close enough that if she beats them and if she takes first place, there's a real chance she could win it all, especially if Swarenga and Chen are racing each other. 4 laps left. Think of it this way. If you want to win the Western Challenge, how about you just win this next sprint? That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll absolutely do it for Chen and Swarenga. And for Rogers, it's her only hope. Swarenga seems to have taken the bait. She's got 3 to go, and she's off the front. She's being chased down by rider 414. That would, of course, be Catherine Williams. Williams not quite out of it, 107 points. She's got her work cut out for her, but Chen is pacing, 2 laps to go. So I think you're going to see Chen jump here any moment. Chen swings up. No, time to go. Swarenga and Chen, they're going to settle it on the line. Chen coming. Swarenga going. 1 lap to go, and here comes Chen. Swarenga still up front, but here comes Chen. Chen over the top. She's leaving Swarenga there. It's Chen. And your Western Challenge champion will be Kimberly Chen. Sydney Swarenga, a hard-earned silver medal. And I believe Gaza Rogers has done enough for the bronze. What a race. And an ecstatic Kimberly Chen. She gets a round of applause from her team boss, Lister Ferrer. Well, folks.
We've only gone down like 3 times. No, just because one time the app just closed, and so I had to restart.
All right.
Restart the stream. Second time, my computer just.
How can we follow that? We can follow that with the elite women.
It was like twice that we got shut down.
It's going to be lit.
It's been only twice.
The kids told me to say that. I don't know what it means.
Brendan. I'm doing well. Want to do some random commentary? Absolutely. Can I at least interview you, or do you have coaching duties? Oh, fine.
All right, so we're lining these riders up. Excuse me. While we wait for them. Let's take a peek at the points. So here's how it settled out earlier in the day. After 3 rounds, your elite women's standings look like this. Rider number 423 on the rail. In the cyclery, pink, white, and blue kit, Nairi Barraclaw, 116 points. Right behind her, her close personal frenemy teammate, Ariane Bonhomme, rider number 412, 112 points. In third place, rider number 408, Devani Collier for the cyclery, 104 points. She's tied with Sarah Van Dam from the Red Truck Racing Team, also 104 points. Close as you like, number 409, also Red Truck, Ribs Fiona Magendi, 100 points. Then we got 2 riders tied on 82. Number 422 for the cyclery, Annie Scott, and number 426 all the way from Quebec, Adele Gagné. And then at 52 points, Diane Snoblin, wearing the white kit of the Burnaby Velodrome Club, number 406, 52 points. At 32 points, we have Allison Lee Meyer in that sweet, sweet, hot pink and black skin suit. And she's got 32 points. And then number 407, Haley Bastarash, Cycle Racing, 28 points. 78 laps remaining in this race. So we're going to have a big 8 sprints before we settle this. There are so many points that the 4 that separate Baraclaw and Bonhomme are basically just a good head start. Top 5 could go any way. Some good sprinting in the points, maybe take a lap. Well, let's look at it. Lap counts for 20 points. 16 points covers the top 5. You do the math. I'm sure these riders have. Even if you're sitting there with 82 points like Scott and Degagne, your fortunes could be made. Take a sprint, take a lap, all of a sudden you're right back in it. Sprints go 5, 3, 2, 1. Final sprint is double points, 10, 6, 4, 2. What are you going to do, folks? 74 laps to go. Gruppo Compacto on the field. The old friend Jeremy Story would say. And we got a breakaway. Degagne apparently took the pep talk seriously. She's gone for a little escape. 20 points, that's all she needs. And Allison Lee Meyer likes the sound of that. She's gone too. 2 riders who could activate this race. Degagne making a go of it. 72 to go.
You're not sent here to shoot me, are you?
Bell lap. I think 71 to go. 71 laps left. We're back together. And the sprint is going. And at the line, it's going to be, that would be Bonhomme. Closely followed by her teammate, Baraclaw. And now we'll look for the minor placings on the official results. When I was thanking all the people who made this possible, we would be utterly remiss to forget our excellent officiating team here, led by Chief Commissar Michael. 426 is your wide leader. Degagne has not given up on the dream of taking a lap. She's got about a third of a lap, and look at that, it's Lee Meyer again, sneaking out of the field, trying to get on terms. But Degagne is on a solo mission right now. 67 to go. Cheer this rider on. She could vault from 6th place all the way up the standings. 20 points would take her to 102, putting her solidly in 5th. And if she takes a sprint on the way, but alas, no. She's gone up to the rail. That is the International Bike Racer sign of, I've given up on this attack. And here come the pack. .65 to go. We got a big 5 laps before the next sprint. The pack looking relaxed, feeling relaxed, doing the very professional thing of all staying above the pole line, the blue line, not the pole line. Lines from the bottom to the top of the track are the black line, which is the pole line, the red line, which is the sprinter's line, and the blue line, I think it's called the stairs line. I'm sure Commissaire Michael is cringing horribly right now as I abuse the traditions and cultures of track cycling. And on the front, it's Fiona Magendi. Fiona has a simple principle. If you're going to break your ribs, break them in sets of 4. Nobody's really sure why she holds so securely to this principle, but there you go. Fiona Anna is studying for med school, so possibly she did it as a research project. Nobody can really say for sure. 61 laps, it's bell time. The field is led by Bonhomme. And it's Bonhomme taking it, and depending on where Nairi Baraclaw finished in that sprint, which was tight, Bonhomme is either vaulted into the lead or she's tied for the lead. And we're all back together, save one.
There's like 1 point difference.
1 point difference. So here's your current standings after 2 sprints. Bonhomme 122, Baraclaw 121, Van Dam 109, Collier 106, Magendi 100, Scott 82, Degagne 82, Snowland 52, Limeyer 32, Bastarache 28. So we've got the cyclery battle there up front. Niders number 412, Hervé Bonhomme, and rider 423, Nairi Baraclaw, both racing for the cyclery. And there's 1 point difference between them. And lots of sprinting left. We've had 2 sprints in the bag. We got 56 laps left. That means 6 sprints, including the double point sprint at the finish. And it's all together now. So we are going to join Hans, the Waffle House. Hans, what do you think of the racing so far?
Well, Ryan, this is amazing. I'm so excited to have such great riders here. We are featuring, I'd say, what the future of Canadian cycling is right now. So these riders are going to represent a Nations Cup soon, and it's fantastic to have them here. So if you're a super fan of track cycling, watch now and cheer these guys on. This is amazing.
Well said, Hans Waffle House. Hans is a huge force responsible for making... Oh, okay.
He just needs to project more.
Anyways, in case you couldn't hear it too good, Hans was just saying, this is the future of cycling in Canada. You're looking at riders who very soon will be representing their country on the world stage. Right now, it's Hervé Bonhomme representing her desire for a Western Challenge medal. She takes a sprint, but Sarah Van Dam responds with a counterattack. The field is starting to well and truly shred. The debris of the peloton starting to spread around the track. Limeyer is feeling it. She'll be the first to fall. She goes up track and she'll lose a lap any moment now. So let's look at the results after 3 sprints. Bonhomme 127, Baraclaw 124, Van Dam 111, Collier 107, Magendi 100, and all the rest. And as we watch, with 45 laps on the board, so they're circulating and Limeyer trying a little attack, trying to get back a lap. We're here with Sage Deleuze, Well, I think we'll be racing very shortly in the men's Omnium. Sage, how are you feeling out there tonight?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Just trying to conserve energy and hang with these big dogs. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Trying to figure out what's the best gear to, stay on top of it and not spin out. But yep, enjoying it here, and it's been fun.
You were talking about the gearing. Do you feel like the meta for gearing choices has gone one direction or another in the last few years?
Yeah, it's definitely increased. It's certainly become a trend to have much larger gears. When I first started racing here, Friday nights in the 80s, everyone was riding 90s. Now everyone's riding like 96 plus. So it's certainly increased quite a bit in the last few years.
Well, there you go. Big years for the big guns. We wish Sage the best of luck in his upcoming Omnium final. Thank you very much. And we got a sprint going on. Let's see how our elite women our U19 women are doing. Snoblin off the front. Sorry, elite women. Snoblin sneaks it out.
What's that? She's getting her lap back.
Oh, and Allison Lee Meyer is off in flight. She, of course, took the sprint. She's a half a lap out there. So Snoblin took second place. So the leader on the field is Allison Lee Meyer. Cheer this local rider on. She could do this. She could get back her lap, or, well, she could go down below the code. I think she is withdrawing from the race. So hopefully that's just a mechanical, but Lee Meyer's in the infield now. If she has a mechanical problem, she's got a few laps to get that sorted out, but not many. We'll see how it goes. We will update you. 38 laps left. Let's look at the scoring table. After sprint number 4, it's Bonhomme 127, Barclay 124, Van Dam 113, and Collier 107, Magendie 100, and all the rest. And we're listing Lee Meyer as a DNF, so sorry to see her go. She's been racing all weekend and doing well. And I won't be surprised if she's back on Sunday for more. And the race continues. 36 to go. Still only 3 points separating the two Cyclery teammates. I say teammates, but of course, as I've reminded you many times before, in mass start track cycling events, there are no teams unless we're talking about the Madison. Yes, always the Madison. I always have to mention the Madison because it's the exception. Anyway, in most of the mass start events, there are no teams. So even though they're both racing for the Cyclery, it is strictly forbidden for these riders to race as a team. They're racing only for themselves. They are the embodiment of a reminder, while there may be no I in team, there is an M and an E. Each of these riders, whatever their jersey says, is racing as a team of one. So Bonhomme is racing against Barclay as much as they are both racing against Van Dam, and then Collier and Magendie and all the rest. Teganye and so forth. So they may be BFFs in the infield, but they're the fiercest of adversaries on the boards. 32 laps to go. We're going to get a sprint in 2, folks. Snoblin leads the field, but here come the Cyclery racers. Bell lap. That's Barclay leading out. That's Bonhomme right on her wheel, on her shoulder, on the outside. It's going to be Barclay and Bonhomme, and at the line it's going to be Bonhomme takes the sprint. So, oh my goodness, there have been 4 sprints, and the winner of the first 4 sprints has been Bonhomme, and Ariane Bonhomme.
Haven't there been 5 sprints?
What's it? 5 sprints. Oh.
Sorry about that. I'm a little off. In fact, Bonhomme did not win all 5. Allison Lee Meyer was credited with winning one of them, the 4th sprint. So Bonhomme has only won 4 of the first 5 sprints. So the points tallies as they stand. 132 for Bonhomme, 127, still only 5 points back for Bearclaw because she's been taking a lot of seconds. 113 Van Dam, 109 Devani Collier, 100 for Ribs Majendi, 83 De Gagné, 82 Scott, 56 for Snowballin, and Haley Bastarash still out there, still on 8 points. And look at the bike race. We've got an escape.
That's fast. No, she's on the back, isn't she?
I feel like normally they have.
Now I'm just waiting for the interval. That was Haley Bastarash, but I was looking at my notes. I'm not sure if she's off the front or off the back, but I think she was off the front and is now regrouping. So we'll come back to once again. 24 laps to go. 3 sprints left for these bold, brave, elite women racers. As we said before, the future of track cycling right here. Many of these riders are likely, Canadians, all of them I believe, many of these riders are likely to go on to represent their nation at future international events. So this is a warm-up. This is where you get to see them before they were stars. 22 to go. Look for the wind-up. Bearclaw leads them across the line. Bonhomme watches her. Tegenier right there. Bell time. Bonhomme leads them out. My mistake, that's Bearclaw in the front, Bonhomme on the wheel. Tegenier third, and I think that'll be Majendi in fourth. But Majendi flags, so it's going to be Bearclaw, Bonhomme, Tegenier, and I think that was Van Dam taking fourth place. 29 to go. And I see a flag coming out here. I'm not sure what the commissaires have in mind, but I'm sure they'll inform us soon. Tegenier off the front. She's trying for a desperate escape here. Could change her fortunes. Last sprint was scored as Bearclaw, Bonhomme, Tegenier, and my mistake, it was Devani Collier who got fourth place. So here's your point standings. Bonhomme 135, Bearclaw 132. She's closing on her so-called teammate. 113 Van Dam, 110 for Collier, 100 for Majendi, 85 De Gagné, 82 Scott, 56 for Snobblin, and Haley Bastarash minus 12. And it looks like that's Majendi coming to the fore. Majendi at the front of the field, maybe trying for a lap. 16 to go. Certainly one way to upend the standings. Get yourself onto the podium. Take a lap. Why not? It could work. But she's been reabsorbed just like that. And it's rider 422 floating off the front. That's Annie Scott. We haven't called her name much, but she's sort of sitting out there in front. Doesn't really want to take away, sprint away, but nobody's really coming up to her wheel. Very relaxed field. Taking a bit of a mid-race break. 14 to go. And Diane Snoblin down on the rail, maybe, or down in the sprinter's lane. Thinking, and then Ribs Majendi decides nobody else doing it. Why not me? It's kind of, there's an itchy energy about this group. They're not quite all bunched up like you'd expect. The pace is not zero, but everybody's waiting high. Not straining themselves yet. They're all waiting to see who's going to start the sprint because we're at 13 to go. They'll see 12 as they come across the lap, the finish line this time. So it's going to be sprinting time soon enough, and Majendi's tired of waiting. She's gone, baby, gone. Snoblin sitting at the front of the pack in no hurry to catch up to that. She's going to leave it to the rest of the riders, and let's cheer on Fiona Majendi. She's going for it. Fiona Majendi off the front. She's going to get the points, and then maybe she's going to get a lap. Let's see. Majendi now has about a quarter of a lap lead. She'll get the sprint easily. And I'll call the second, third, and fourth for you. It's going to be Van Dam, probably De Gagné, probably Bonhomme. Might be the other order for third and fourth. But Majendi is still out on her quest for a lap. She's got a quarter lap done. 3 quarters to go. And once you get halfway around, it starts getting shorter and shorter. All she has to do is break the will of this tired field, and she could get her lap. So cheer her on. Keep going, Fiona. You can do it. 7 to go. She still has about just over a quarter lap. She's making time on this field, but not very quickly. But the field is flagging. Look at how slow the field is moving, Fiona. They are not trying to catch you very hard. Head down, dig deep. Let's do this. Cheer Fiona on as she tries to take a lap here. It's one of the great feats in track cycling. Take a lap on the field. Change your fortunes. Fiona's looking up, but the race is ahead of you, Fiona. Keep it down. And the cycle regroup. The chase is being led by Nairi Barraclaw. 5 to go. Let's do some quick math on Fiona's behalf. If she takes the final sprint, it won't be quite enough to get onto the podium. She's got to take the lap. And she's more than halfway there, I think. Nearly halfway there. She's still got half a lap to go, and she's got 3 laps to take it. Let's see if she can do it. The field, however, is picking up the pace. They're having none of it. No gifts, as they say in cycling. It's still just about dead on a half lap. I think she's gaining, but there's only 2 to go now. And the sprint is going to be fast, so I think Majendi will have to be satisfied with an easy final sprint, which she should be able to hold on to with the bell coming. The bell tolls for Majendi. The bell will toll for the field. Majendi's going to win the final sprint, but it's still everything to play for in the field for the final. It's going to be Bonhomme and Barraclaw sprinting for this. And it's Barraclaw taking the sprint, but Bonhomme is right there with 5 points between them. I think that Bonhomme has done enough to hold on, but we are going to have to wait for the official standings. I'll give you those as soon as I hear them. So, final sprint goes. Majendi, Barraclaw, Bonhomme, Van Dam. Your winner of the Western Challenge, Evian Bonhomme! Her teammate, Nairi Barraclaw, is the silver medalist, and Sarah Van Dam does enough for a bronze medal. Chapeau to Fiona Majendi, the hardest earned 4th place you will ever see. And here we go. 22 minutes and 50 seconds was your finish time. It was a long race, longer for some. Next up, we have the elite men.
We have to stop having races. I don't have any voice left. You cancel the rest of them?
Not sure, but
What's that?
not sure, but it is women's I gun pole. Oh, yeah, that's a phenomenal thing.
Yes. I think we're probably going to call it Cat 5, but I'm somewhat confused about what CyclingBC is doing, whether they classify a 5 and a 4 separately. Yeah, they have it. Well, like I'm just. Yeah, actually, if I ask Corey, well, I'll know. If he says there's a Cat 5, then we'll put a Cat 5 race.
Yeah, well,
Because my license wasn't as good as cut 5, so.
There we go. Hey, look, batteries. We might be in business again.
All right.
All right.
Check, check.
Check, check. There we go. We're back in business. Fresh batteries. It's the Flying Squirrel. Let's introduce you to all of these bike racers. There are so many of them. I can't keep track. Ah. Okay. We got a lot of bike racers here in the Elite Men's Final. I'm just going to give you the quick and dirty version here. Okay. Here's how we're going to start out this race. Elite Men. Rider number 510 on the rail is Matthias Guillemette. He leads with 112 points. Tied for second, 506, Spencer Segebrich on the pole line. And with 108 points, along with Sean Richardson at the top in the Team Canada kit. The red, blue, black, white, Sean Richardson. 106 points for rider 509, that's Ethan Agrodnichuk. Then 427, Alex Murison has 90 points, along with Daniel Fraser-Moran, 90 points. Patrick Riddell, 76, 504. Cam Fitzmaurice of the Tag Cycling Club, 74. Sage Deleuze, 72. Jacob, the Flying Squirrel Schwingboth, on 62 points. His full team name is Flying Squirrel, powered by Mom Spaghetti. So let's all cheer for the people's champion, number 508, Jacob Schwingbot. And then we got my old friend Normand Richard. Ask him about the time that a commissaire saved him by pulling him out of a ditch. And then we've got Sox Wilcox. Both of those riders have 60 points. Eric Deertons is on 46. And my old friend Parker Swanstrom starts with minus 2 points. These riders are going to get 100 laps. I think they may have begged the commissaires to reduce the distance. And we're already out with a slight attack here. Get the name of that attacker for you in a moment, but I believe it is, of course, rider 525, John Sox Wilcox, trying to make a move here. He's got 60 points. He's well clear of the leaders, so he needs to get a lap just to get on terms. 95 to go. Cheer on Wilcox as he tries to take a lap here. Wilcox looks around. He's got about a quarter lap on the field. 93 to go, though. Sprinty time coming. I believe that's DFM Daniel Fraser-Moran on the front of the field as Wilcox goes to the I give up position, lets the field come by, led by DFM, followed closely by number 509 in the Glotman kit, Ethan Agrodnichuk. And the two of them are now doing a counterattack at the bell. Sean Richardson trying to draw them back. Meanwhile, Matthias Guillemette leading this race, the man in black, number 510. He's just sitting pretty. Agrodnichuk takes the first place. DFM gets second. I think that was Alex Murison taking third place, and probably rider 506, Spencer Segebrich, with the fourth place points. But we'll get an update for you momentarily. And now Agrodnichuk and DFM have given it up. 88 laps to go. Segabuch on the front. We've got your results from the first sprint. It was Ogrodnichuk, Fraser Moran, Murison, and Segabuch as predicted. 87 to go. And we're going fast. Don't worry, folks. I know it's been a long day and a long night, but we got this race, we got the sprints, and then we got the medal ceremony. 85 left. Only 85. You can do it, folks. I believe in you. Cheer these riders on. Cheer these volunteers on. Cheer our scoring team on and our commissaires. Cheer on the people who made sure I had dinner tonight by bringing the volunteer food over. And please, before you go, do not forget to check out our sweet, sweet swag table. You could be the proud owner of some excellent 25th anniversary Burnaby Velodrome memorabilia. Get it now, because the Velodrome will only have one 25th anniversary ever. You don't want to miss out. 41 to go. No, not 41. 91 to go. Probably 71. 81 to go. Now that we've got it here. It'll be 80 laps. And the sprint is taken by number 504, Patrick Riddell. Field chases hard and they catch him up just like that. And away we go. Ogrodnichuk decides that's a perfectly good excuse to counterattack. And Sean Richardson follows him out. 78 laps. So, second sprint. Riddell 5. Guillemette in second. Spencer Segabuch takes third place, and Ethan Ogrodnichuk gets a single point for fourth. Your standings: Guillemette 115, Ogrodnichuk 112, Segabuch 111, Richardson 108, DFM 93, Murison 92, Riddell 81, Fitzmaurice 74, Deleuze, don't call him Eloy Batista, 72, Jacob, the Flying Squirrel powered by Mom Spaghetti, 62 points, Nomar Richard 60, Wilcox 60, Deartons 46, and Parker Swanstrom -2. And we got some debris on the track. So we got a few riders who are sort of all over the place. Ted, of course, is still on the peloton. Sean Richardson leading us, 5:24. 74 to go. And we got a rider about halfway around the track who's about to go down a lap.
25 has lost a lap.
That'd be rider 525. John Wilcox. Ouch. So that will not help his points tally. 72 to go. We're going to be sprinting any moment now. Their group will come back though. Well, except for 503, 523. That'll be Swanstrom and Deleuze feeling the damage. But I think they got back in there. And the ball time. Alex Murison leads us around. But Richardson right there, DFM and Ogrodnichuk. And at the line, I think it's Murison, probably Richardson, Ogrodnichuk, and I think Daniel Fraser Moran, Dan, on the score tally here, may have done enough for fourth. Yep, your official results, Murison, Ogrodnichuk, Richardson, DFM. So now we have Ogrodnichuk and Guillemette are tied at 115 points. My goodness, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, 4 full events in the bag, about a third of the way through this 100 lap points race, and we have a tie at the top of the standings. And my goodness, it's less than 5 points. It's 5 points for the top 4. It's only 23 points. It's only 18 points from 1st to 5th. And not many more for the next few places. 66 to go. Everything to play for. Lots of sprints. Lots of racing left. Wilcox in difficulty. I think he's going to call it a night. The field is once again led around by Mirison, but they're looking very relaxed. Sage Lewis will be happy about that. Chance for him to catch up, but whoa, here we go. Breakaway time. That would be Spencer Segovich attacking. Segovich is in 3rd place, so this is a truly scary attack for all these riders. Segovich making his to vault into the lead. 63 laps to go. Maybe he'll just stay away long enough to take the sprint. Cheers, Segovich on, but the pack is charging. They are led by Guillaume, who does not want that escape to get away. Deleuze thinks better. Ball up. Segovich is not going to like it. He's caught. Can he hold on for a sprint place? Oh! He gets second. Not a bad payoff, but it's going to be Guillemette taking the points for first. It's going to be Guillemette, Segovich, and all the rest. And Parker Swanstrom goes down a lap. It looks like Normand Richard is going up. He may also be tagged with a lap. Minor placings in the last sprint were 3rd place to Mirison and 4th place to Ogrodnichuk. So let's update you again. Point standings, Guillemette 120, Ogrodnichuk 116, Segovich 114, Richardson 110, Mirison 99, TFM 94, and Patrick Riddell 81, and all the rest. As we see a little escape by 504, Patrick Riddell. He can do this. He can take a lap. Cheer him on. 56 he'll see. And the field is flagging. Normand is credited down a lap. Your leader on the field, 504 Patrick Riddell, 55 to go. And I'll call that almost half a lap he's got. What? So cheer this young rider on as he comes past the grandstand. Riddell is activating the race, and he's got 3 laps to the next sprint. Can he do it? He's picking off these riders one by one. .53 to go. Here he comes. And he's done it. Patrick Riddell will get credited with the lap. And then they're going to sprint. Possibly questionable tactics there. He caught them for the sprint, so he gets his 20, but he won't be able to steal the free sprint points. But sometimes you can get too greedy. Once the riders had spun it up for the sprint, he might have been a little less happy about his life choices. But Riddell has immediately vaulted himself into the category of contenders with that sprint, with that lap. And the point sprint goes Ogrodnichuk, Guillemette, Fraser Moran, and Segovich. So there's a crash! Riders, stay high! Track is clear, keep racing. And we got a couple riders down. Nobody's lying face down, so we're pretty happy about that. We'll try to get you some names of the affected riders. If they're able to rejoin, they'll have a few laps. And I think that's Sage Loose, number 503, one of the affected riders. And I suspect it might be, I think it's Eric Deertons is the other one, 507. And I think Deertons is going to be pushed back into the race, so he'll rejoin, but I think DeLuce is going to decide that discretion is the better part of valor here.
503.
Yeah, so Sage DeLuce, I think we can call it now. He's out, I'm afraid. But 507 will rejoin with no loss. So typically on the track, you have 5 laps to return to the race without penalty if you're involved in a crash or if you have a mechanical issue. So you'll see Deertons there shaking it off. He will rejoin the field here. 43 to go. But we'll try to update you on how Sage is doing. Maybe we'll get a chat with him when he's feeling a little better, but I suspect he's going to need a moment here. 41 laps to go. The field is led by Segerbich at the bell. Segerbich gets overtaken. I think that's Guillemette. Yep. So Guillemette takes the sprint point. Segerbich in second. That will extend Guillemette slight lead. Not sure where Grodnichuk ended up. That sprint was scored as Guillemette, Segerbich, Grodnichuk, and Jacob Schwingbath gets 4th place there. His secret ingredient is mom's spaghetti. Spaghetti, now I'm hungry. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks a lot. 37 to go. And let's take a look at the race situation because we got Daniel Fraser-Moran and I believe that's Alex Muirson activating the race. They've decided to go see if they can get a lap of their own. This will be a big upset on the scoring because DFM and Muirson are both there on 99 and 96 points. This would take them up into bronze medal contention. 35 to go. So with 34 laps showing to them, they've also got a strategic decision. Can they manage this catch in such a way that they get the sprint points before they catch the field? I'm not sure. They're making time so quick with only 3 laps. With all 3 laps to the next sprint. Yeah, and there they go. They caught him. So nice work. Muirson and Fraser-Moran get the points. And now we've got Patrick Riddell. Well, Riddell is sort of off the front. Actually, still off the front. So there we go. Riddell is now 10 a course. He's attacking. He wants a lap of his own. Or my mistake, that's Eric Deertons on the front of the field. So Deertons is the attacking rider in white, but he gives it up with 41 to go. And this is the sprint. It's being led out by Segerbich. But Guillemette at the line. Segerbich. And then number 523 is Pekka Swanstrom. Not sure if I have that right. I think that was Cam Fitzmaurice. Number 521 for third. 29 laps to go. And Schwingbath. Yeah, so it's Guillemette, Segerbich, Fitzmaurice, and Ethan Grodnichuk with 1 point. Let's reset you on the standings. After all those laps and all those sprints, we got Matthias Guillemette, 133 points. He is extending his lead. Grodnichuk, 124. Segerbich, 121. Murison 119, Daniel Fraser-Moran 116, Sean Richardson 110, and Patrick Riddell on 101 now. So Murison and DFM put themselves into the story. They are clearly contending for podium positions now. 26 laps left, and we got another attack off the front. It's a group of 4 now, and a scary group at that. If you're a Guillemette, you cannot like the looks of this. It's Jacob the Flying Squirrel Swingboth, Sean Richardson, Ethan Agrodnichuk, and the tag cycling rider Cam Fitzmaurice. This is a strong group, and Guillemette can see his championship fading into the distance, so he's doing all of the work to bring this back. And apparently all of the work was enough, because Guillemette pretty much single-handedly closed that gap against 4 strong riders. So, or did he? As soon as I say that Guillemette closed the gap, Schwingboth and Agrodnichuk did not get the memo, but Guillemette does another counter, brings them back. And now maybe we'll relax? Not really. 22 to go.
Okay, so 23 is CFL.
And we've got another rider. Check it out. Parker Swanstrom is called it a night. Chapeau to Parker Swanstrom. He's one of the 3 founders of the now dormant Zone 2 podcast. One of my favorite podcasts of all. It had such incredible guests on as Swain Tuft, Ryan Cousineau, and many more. I believe they had Maggie Coles Lister on there too. Anyway, at the front of the race, we got rider 506, 18 laps to go. That's Spencer Segerbruch trying to make a name for himself. 18 laps left. Let's look at the race situation. Guillemotte's lead is down to 4 points, 133. Agrodnichuk on 129. Segerbruch, 123. And then Murison and Daniel Fraser-Moran with 119 and 116 respectively after taking a lap. 111 to Sean Richardson, 104 Patrick Riddell, and all the rest. Let's look back up. Rider 507 off the back, but we got riders 508 and 524 off the front. That is, of course, Schwingboth, of course, and Richardson. But Guillemette again trying to close that down. How much work can one man do? Guillemette is actually gapping the field that he's supposedly bringing back to them. Richardson not willing to give up yet, and he goes. But I think the field's going to catch him. And Dearton's, I think, is going to be called down a lap, maybe feeling the effects of the crash. Richardson continues to lead this straggly, sketchy field. I don't mean sketchy in any material way, as Normand Richard goes high. So Richard will also lose a lap here. Richard is being called out and he's pulling out.
Or is he? We'll get him out as soon as he comes off the back again.
And that's the sprint, 11 to go.
The longer he stays in, the more points he loses. He's just going backwards. Coming out is damage limitation.
And away we go. Believe that sprint was won by Fitzmaurice, Schwingboth, and probably Agrodnichuk and Guillemette. We'll get the official results. That was the penultimate sprint. So we're getting down to brass tacks, and indeed it was Schwingboth, Fitzmaurice, Agrodnichuk, and Guillemette. Let's look at the standings. Guillemette 134, Agrodnichuk 131, Segerbruch, Spencer 123, and Murison 119, Dan Fraser-Moran 116, and Sean Richardson 111. That's a close finish. And remember, it's going to be 10-6-4-2 on the final sprint. 7 laps to go. This pack is stretched out. Patrick Riddell of the Wet Truck Burnaby Velodrome team leads them around. Then he pulls up and it's an attack by 506. Our good friend Spencer Segerbich. He's been calling his own number all night. But Guillemette, he knows what he has to do and he's tracking that down like it was his job. Which it kind of is. Alex Murison. This isn't his day job. He actually works at a bicycle shop.
Changes I added.
And away goes Marison. Why hang around? He's got a ride. He wants to go fast. He wants to win a bike race. He's one of the better sprinters in this province. 2 laps to go. Marison well clear of the field. Richardson there. Guillemette kind of looking adrift, but he's rightly positioned for the sprint. Ball lap. Agronachuk gotta go for it. This could be it. Guillemette knows the race is on the line here, and it's Murison, Milan, Agronachuk, Guillemette. I think he's done enough. I believe with that last sprint, Guillemette has got enough that he will be your Western Challenge champion. But let me wait for the official results, because it was close, baby. It was real close. Ladies and gentlemen, by a single point, your Western Challenge champion, Matthias Guillemette. Silver medal, Ethan Agrodnichuk, and the bronze to Alexander Murison. So Murison's decisive lap taking gets him onto the podium. Well, folks, that race had it all. So I'm just going to check with the officials, see if we've got any sprint finals left. So we got 2 sprint finals left. Oh, let's take a look. Next up, we've got the minor final countdown. Isla Rendo.
Is that right?
Isla Rendo versus Sydney Swaringa. So, Sydney sounds excited. Isla sounds excited. I sense a slight amount of sarcasm. All right. These riders still have to draw, so we're going to interview them. Isla, how you feeling?
A little nervous.
Sydney, how you feeling? I'd be nervous too. There's a lot of trash talk going on between these 2 young fast riders. But don't be fooled by Isla. She is cool as a cucumber. She's going to make a game out of this. This is going to be fun. 2 young, quick sprinters. So they're doing the draw. After this, we're going to have some other racers. It's going to be the Elite Men's Sprint Final. This will be the rubber match between Tyler, the Edmonton Destroyer Davies. The professional Edmonton Destroyer. My apologies, Tyler Davies. What's that?
Edmonton, not Edmonton. Don't worry, you're safe. Edmonton.
Yes, Alex Siegel very pleased because I believe he may be from Edmonds, Washington. Oh, that's Andrew. Never mind. No, Davies only has superpowers against people from Edmonton, so Not a problem. So I see that from the draw that there's a touchscreen problem here anyways. Yada yada, I believe that Tyler Davies has scored number 2. There's a little bit of folly here. Tyler Davies has scored number 1, so he will get, I believe he gets the lower lane. Yeah. So they used to use a simple card for selecting between 1 and 2, but now we use an iPad, and that way it doesn't work when you wear gloves, as Alex Siegel is finding out. So. Yeah. So Alex Siegel, you've come up here from south of the border trying to steal our medals. What do you have to say for yourself?
I love racing bikes.
There you go. He loves racing bikes. Who can hate it? Tyler Davies, your opponent is not from this great province of Alberta. How does that make you feel?
I love winning bike races.
There you go, Tyler Davies. Trying to win the interview. The level of competition here is frankly terrifying. I'm ready for a nap. Meanwhile, we're going to watch some bike racing. Swarenga on the top of the course. Lorendo on the bottom. She's away. Gets a big throw from her coach, Tyler Ferrer. And I believe that's Tim Schurstabitoff, the erstwhile coordinator of the Devo program. Rindle leads it out. You can see Davies and Siegel watching these two riders. Maybe get some pointers. Maybe figure out how to race this. And Swarenga goes. Rindle on the wheel. Swarenga away. The sprint is engaged. Rindle coming over. She said she was nervous. She doesn't look nervous. Their heads up at the line. 1 to go. Rindle takes over. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Lorendo is your gold medal sprinter. Actually, no, she's your bronze medal sprinter. So Lorendo gets 3rd place in the bronze medal. Swarenga will have to be accepting a 4th place, but well raced after a frankly controversial relegation, but I'm not here to second guess the officials. Meanwhile, we're on to our final of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Davies, Alex Siegel. It's Davies on the bottom right away. Siegel takes his wheel. This is going to be tactical. Everything to play for. They're 1-1. Winner gets gold. First loser gets silver. Tyler being coached to go up to the wheel. Siegel starting to speed up. Siegel on the wheel, 2 to go. Not sure this is the way that Tyler should be racing this. Siegel goes. Tyler moves him out of the lane. Getting a little nasty. Davies still has the lane. Siegel coming around the hard way, but he's coming fast. Davies holding him steady. It's still Davies. And at the line, it's going to be Tyler Davies on pure speed. He practically dared Siegel to come over and very tactically raced at speed. Keith Bruno, I see you there. Any thoughts on this bike race that we just witnessed?
I think the kid has grown up.
Tyler Davies comes from a long line of bike racers, reaching back as far as the Empire Games and beyond. And he's just won himself a Western Challenge Sprint Gold Medal. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a thrill and an honor to be with you this evening. My name is Ryan Cousineau, and I'm going to sign off because I am all out of voice. I would like to thank everybody who's made this event possible, especially including our wonderful fans. And I'm going to turn the mic over to Hans, the Waffle House, as he will